I was going to be in Sydney, going to a hip hop festival later in the day. We're going to see how many pairs we can get at the Black Cement 3s, because hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. And after technical audio issues that magically fixed themselves after coming home to a power outage for almost 24 hours of having no power, we are back with an episode this week somehow, by the grace of whoever you believe in. We are doing it. But the title suggests one thing. Basically, this started as a video that I was gonna go to Parramatta Westfield and see how many pairs I could grab of the Black Cement 3s, because I was gonna be in Sydney, going to a hip hop festival later in the day, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna get there. I thought about 9:30, I got there about like 10ish, and well, after the initial lineups and everything like that, we're gonna see how many pairs we can get at the Black Cement 3s, because we already got the early pair. Everyone's hitting on raffles, but what have they got in store? Let's go. Alright, I figured we already got one pair. I want 3. Let's at least try for 2. Let's see how many we can get. I feel like 4 would be excessive. If I get 4, maybe I'll give a pair away. I don't know. But we're gonna go to Parramatta Westfield first. They didn't release any locally outside of the ones that I already got. But yeah, my local Foot Locker didn't get any. Closest, I thought there'd be more stores, to be honest, but let's go to Para. You got JD, Foot Locker, and Nike. We're gonna get there a bit after opening, maybe like half an hour, so let's see if there's any left. Alright, we're here at Parramatta Westfield. We got Nike, JD, and Foot Locker. I don't know, like, if there's pairs at all 3, I definitely shouldn't buy them, because I feel like my bank will ring me up and be like, what are you doing? But although they see my normal purchases, so they might understand. Let's go. JD didn't even get any, what the fuck?
Where did he go wrong?
Is there many people come in this morning for these, or yeah? I come all the way from Newcastle because we didn't get any. But I was on the I was coming to Sydney anyway. But yeah, I remember so many pairs. They said like there was people at the start like when they first opened, but they have so many pairs. Let's go to Foot Locker.
Where did he go wrong?
Culture Geeks too, they might have pairs.
Where did he go wrong?
Right off the bat, JD had no idea what I was talking about. Like, I looked around, couldn't see anything, nothing towards their counter. Sometimes they do that, they'll have them on the back wall of the counter. And I even asked one of the guys and he just genuinely had no idea what I was talking about. I'm like, no worries. Sprinting over to Nike. Nike have got them. We got a pair, no problem. He tells me that they had a lineup. They've since moved on. By the time I found a park, by the time I found the entrance, by the time I got the Nike, it's probably about like 10:30. So an hour and a half after they opened. They've still got plenty of pairs. He told me they had so many pairs, but we got a pair. And we moved on to Foot Locker. They got pairs. I don't know how many. They weren't really showing them. It was kind of nonchalant, like right up the top. Did they get their initial rush and it's like, alright, we know what sells for us? I don't know. But if you wanted a pair, especially on release day, there was no problem securing them. up going to Culture Kings. They really had nothing on the wall that they didn't seem to have on the wall last time I went to Culture Kings in Parramatta. Most Culture Kings, they don't seem to have the current stock on shelves in stores. It seems to be all online. I don't know if they do most of their business out of warehouses or whatever like that, but they did have this Loiter collab with WWE that I initially saw on Kais Omar's channel at ComplexCon. I thought it was just like this ComplexCon thing, but they had it there. They had some pieces, not all pieces, but yeah. And then we went to Good Kid, checking out some stuff. It's interesting to see what's on shelves there now, as to oppose like maybe when they first opened. Seen the Joe Freshgoods New Balance, interesting. Fast Times now sell Saucony running shoes. That's a little bit weird. They had Reebok ones there too. Those, I think they're called Velour or Velvet, like SBs. That's not a bad colorway. I don't know if I need them, but I'm not mad at that. I was kind of hoping I'd see, or at least get some information on the Anti-Hero SB highs. I don't know what's happened, but they seem to be delayed in Australia, because I want to say like one of the skate shops mentioned them or posted these are coming soon. So they've got them, they're just being held back for some reason. We got the one pair. I think I've got two pairs. I've already worn one. I never wear them out to the point where I need a second. I'd say maybe the like stuff I bought in 2018, maybe. We're at that point now, but I don't know. I feel like if they sit for another week, if I'm able to get them in a week, maybe I'll get another pair. I don't know. It's crazy, like, to see. I remember in 2018, like, lineups, everything like that, like, it was not easy to get. And I was working on the day, so I couldn't even, like, get to the release. But I tried paying for them over the phone, everything like that, couldn't do it. Yeah, look, JD Sports had no idea what I was talking about. They didn't even get any. So Parramatta JD, one of the biggest ones, you would assume anyway, but Newcastle got them. That's weird. Nike had them, Foot Locker had them, Culture Kings didn't. They did have the WWE Loiter collab though, and that was one that I saw that seemed like it was a limited edition thing for ComplexCon, but yeah, they had a few pieces there. They didn't have the best pieces from what I saw at ComplexCon, but they had a few pieces there, so that was cool. But yeah, plenty available. We may go to another lot of shops and have a look. We might go to like MacArthur Square. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like they're going to be readily available everywhere. So if you want a pair, you can get them, no problem. Yeah. I'm going to enjoy my top juice because we don't have that in Newcastle anymore. Might just open my own, I think. But yeah, the whole reason why I came down here to begin with was to go to this hip hop festival. We're going to meet up with Rorks. Went there with these young boys and we had a good time. Check that out. This is why you actually come. When was the last time you went for a dig? Alright. I thought it was weird when you wanted to come now. We also, as we were walking to there, there was like a cash converters, and for whatever reason the boys wanted to go there, so we went in there and they had sneakers. It was really weird. Like, I don't know who's authenticating them. I don't know who's working out the market value, the prices for these shoes, but like the prices were nuts. There's absolutely no way you're getting that sort of money for them, but it is what it is. The event was super fun, but it was like 40 degrees, so it was really hard. We literally did a few laps, got something to eat, saw an act that we want to see downside, and then we bounced and went straight into the pool. But man, the black cement 3s, like I got 2 pairs and I got the 2018, so technically I got 3 pairs. I did say it's a 3-pair minimum, but at some point there I was like, man, am I just getting caught up in this for the video? Like, do I really need this? Like, anytime I've had 3 pairs, like I've ended up selling a pair, you know what I mean? So I think the only pair I wouldn't sell if I had 3 pairs were the pure white 3s. They're like my all-time favorite, and my pair is Haggard. But black cement 3s, I saw everyone hitting on the raffles the night before and the day off, right? So they generally do a lot of pairs with a few things throughout the year. If they're gonna do like something like that, a classic OG retro, they're gonna have lots and lots of pairs, full family sizing. The difference between 2024 and 2018, not necessarily the shoe, but the hype around it. Like, I remember the pair that I got, I was in a refresh battle on sneakers till like 3 AM. I was finally able to check out. That just doesn't happen now. Like, the refresh battle isn't there. Whether the bots are better, whether, I don't know. I think legitimately in 2018, like, it may have just been people going that hard on what they wanted. But there would have been bots as well, but you get the idea. When they did in-store releases everywhere, they didn't sit for like a day or two. Like, people rolled up, got their pairs, sold out on the day. I remember going to the smaller Foot Locker in Newcastle, more like Maitland Way, and they just randomly had, I think they had an 8 on display, like maybe a day or so later, or maybe, yeah, during the week, maybe a day or so later. And they had a 10.5 behind the counter, and they're like, oh, we're holding these for someone. I'm like, yo, you can't hold them within the week. That's your rule. I will buy them right now. Apparently, someone was coming up from Sydney to size swap them, and I don't know. I wasn't able to get the 10.5. That would have been so much better, because this 10, way too small. It is what it is. But the 10s that I've got now are perfect. The sizing has completely changed. And I'm not mad at it with these, because they're so much more comfortable than the 2018. A lot of people have been saying the leather quality, that tumbled leather, is so much better than the 2024. Looking at it, I would say yes. But the overall comfort of the 2024 versus the 18, chalk and cheese, in my opinion. But seeing a black cement 3 on the shelves a week later, that's kind of wild to me. Like, does it take away that special essence of the shoe? I don't know. For me, like, I love seeing sneakerheads being able to get their shoes, and I've seen, as much as so many people have been bagging these, I've seen just as many people saying, hey, I was able to finally get my grail. I was able to get a pair. Maybe you weren't able to cop a pair in 2018. Maybe you weren't into it back then. Maybe you wanted that shoe from back in the day based on nostalgia, but you had no idea how this whole sneaker thing works. Going in raffles, going to boutiques, all this. You just like, hey, Foot Locker gonna get these? Oh, my local don't have them? Oh, they don't exist. A lot of people fall within that category. But we had the 2018. Then we have the 2024. They're coming every 6 to 7 years, and that format has worked because, you know, if you look at my pair, the 2018 pair, it doesn't really show through the camera, but this is yellowed, the cement's yellowed, they're definitely worn, like, I got a scratch on them. There's still wear in these, and I still will wear them, but if you were to base that off how this is going, you would say yes, it's time for a new pair. Some people have still got them on ice. Shout outs to my guy Kuyukoi. I know he's still got a 2018 pair on ice, but in that respect, and I don't wear these a lot, let's be honest. Like, I have a lot of shoes, but I don't even think amongst my threes at the time, when I didn't have as many as this, when I had, you know, the Katrinas, I would probably wear the Katrinas more than anything. And this is a weird thing, but like, I was wearing them, I'm like, oh, it's not an OG, so it doesn't matter if I destroy them. That was a kind of a weird mindset, but that's how I felt at the time. I didn't wear these as much. The other reason I didn't wear them as much is my toes like right on the end of these. And all my other threes at the time were 10.5s. But even with that, you can see the paint cracking. We got yellow on the cement, on the toe cap. I don't know if the air bubble's a little cloudy, maybe. Based on all of that information, you would say it's feasible that we re-release these. It's time for a new pair. But the sneaker world has just changed so much, so dramatically in the last 2 years, maybe a year and a half. The stuff that's selling out, the stuff that like resellers are going for is like stuff like Asics, New Balance, Saucony. Like, I'm seeing a lot of resellers go from hype stuff to going to the outlets, buying stuff super cheap, and then selling to like regular people under retail and making it seem like it's a bargain. I'm seeing a lot of that. So is it just the resellers that have gone away from stuff like this, or is it they're finally making enough pairs to where anybody can cop? Is it a result of that faux hype that was created through the pandemic, where things are selling out so quickly, but you know, this resale store over here has like 20 pairs each size? Is it something like that? Who knows? For me, I feel like retros may need to like pull back a little bit. I know in 2025 we're gonna have like the undefeated 4s, we're gonna have white cement 4s. Like, I'm gonna be so broke next year. I feel like retros have been a bread and butter, an easy money maker for Nike Jordan brand for a long time, but are they beating a dead horse at this point? Does it maybe we're looking every 6 to 7 years? Is it gonna be maybe every 10 years? I don't know. An interesting thought, and something I'd thought about too, like over time. I was watching the Soul Kitchen Instagram live Tuesday night. They said, what about if you took, you know, a shoe like this, a Jordan 3, a Jordan 1, whatever, and did like a Protro, similar to what they do with the Kobe's. So you make them more comfortable, make them more wearable. I've often thought of that, but also like give us premium materials. Don't go crazy with the numbers, give us super premium materials, you make your money the same way. I don't know. I also liked the idea of when they did the Jordan 11 with the auto lacing. I'm not a fan of the auto lacing or the gimmicks per se. What I'm saying is like a futurized look on a retro. So that just kind of looked like, I don't know, like an anime video game style sneaker, but like of an OG. At the time when I saw that, I'm like, that's sick. Imagine if they did that to a Jordan 1. That'd be incredible. Something like that could be crazy. Jordan 3, Jordan 4, whatever. Next year, I believe they're doing a bunch of different retro. They're just firing off the cannons to try and get some of this back. But here's what's crazy. Nike, through their Black Friday sale, had 25% off. Store-wide, no exclusions. Maybe it was some exclusions apply. Then out of nowhere, they dropped another code like a week later. No exclusions. You could have got these with 25% off. That's crazy. Well, is it crazy? Because they're $300 now. This was $270 when it dropped last time. It's It's gone up 30 bucks, inflation. I don't know. Getting them on special. Some people in America have said, or even just hinted at, that these, not this, the 24 pair, could end up in the outlets. That would be insane. That would literally be insane. And if that happens, like, it's almost like the death of a dynasty. I have mentioned, so many other people have mentioned, that it'd be dope to just be walking in and this was a staple. The Chicago one was a staple. Certain things were just a staple, similar to how you get a white and white Air Force. They drop every quarter, you fill in your numbers for that quarter, and they're always available. Similar to what happened with the Panda Dunk, but they were just selling out every quarter because people were reselling them, right? Now they don't, they're just readily available. They're just a clean shoe that anybody can buy. Imagine if they did that with this. Would that become less special to you? Would it be more special to you? Would you turn into like a Dr. Dre situation where you only wear one style of shoe? Imagine like you just wear a black cement 3 every day for the rest of your life. That's kind of wild. I don't mind that. But I also have all these, so I would have to mix it up a little bit. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments what you are thinking. Are retros dead? Do we retro too often? Is there anything you're actually hanging for to retro? For me, like, I know there's certain things they'll just never retro. Like the Air Stab. It's a problematic name. And if they drop in, like, the UK and Australia where there's issues with knife crimes, it's not going to work. But let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back every week, even if the power goes out. Rain, hail, or shine. Peace. I don't know why, but Waze took me to a completely different car park entrance, and now I have no idea what the fuck I am. I'm such a creature of habit that I go to the exact same like car parking spots every time. I can't remember where the fuck the car is. But I did get a pair. I just saw this old bloke with no teeth going nuts that there was a motorbike in a parking spot. Here's another one trying to go for it. I should move. This is too funny, but I don't know about that store. I don't know. Most Culture Kings, they don't seem to have like current stock in shelves on stores.